when we were all born, we came out of our mother's wombs, the one thing that God gifted to us, if you're a person of faith and you believe the existence of God, you would understand where I'm coming from. If you are not, well, just follow along. God gave us one thing, and He gave us, it's called free will. In other words, it is also called choice. The one last thing that God has given to us in our lives is choice. A lot of times people talk about, and I heard someone at the beginning of this workshop, as we were doing our little chatting and getting to know each other, talk about that damn thing they call externalities, isn't it? People want to blame everything on the environment, on the system. Am I correct? On the society. Everything that is wrong is a function of the society. And I teach people that if you think about, ladies and gentlemen, all these things that you say is wrong with leadership in your own society, rule number one, be the change that you want to see. You want to see all these changes. You want to see an organization where there is consistent messaging, where there is consistent leadership, where there is no subjectivity. What about you? In your own lives, in your own leadership, is there subjectivity? I have found, ladies and gentlemen, that, recently is one of the vows I have made. I vowed recently that I will never in my life complain about our dear country, Nigeria, again. It is an absolute waste of energy and time. And let me give you a practical demonstration in my personal life. Last 2 weeks, this was the day it hit me. It just happened 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we were trying to buy foreign exchange to purchase books or some resources from the United States. And my colleague who is responsible for these activities, Nick, said to me, Gbitse, the foreign exchange rate has gone off the roof. It's 167. And the first thing that hit me, as it will typically most Nigerians, is this Nigeria, when will it ever be better? I mean, things only seem to be going from bad to worse. And at that moment, I then realized that the person who is responsible for improving the exchange rate situation in Nigeria, unfortunately, is not Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. I can tell you sincerely, it is not Goodluck Jonathan nor Sanusi at the central bank. The person responsible is all of us Nigerians, who in our daily activities do what? Purchase more dollars because we are importing, and do absolutely nothing about exporting something that will fetch us dollar income. That's the absolute truth. Are you going to blame, the fact that Learning Impact as an organization does not produce anything that it can sell in America? How is that Goodluck Jonathan's fault? How is that the fault of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala? How is that the fault of Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi? It's our fault. So I then resolved that every week I spend at least $25, $30 every week. I realized that I am the problem, and I'll share it with you. In my own little space, remember, be the change that you want to see. In my own little space as the chief executive of a training company, I spend $35 every week. Dollars, real dollars. Buying articles from Harvard Business Review, books, clips, online. And then I asked myself, if Nigerian academics like myself were producing books, resources, and articles that were being sold on Amazon, I can create my own dollar business. I mean, so when people are complaining around that dollar is going up, I say, well, that's a good thing. After all, I earn in dollars. But you know the truth, if everybody earned in dollars, dollar will go down. The problem is that I am one of those who demand $35 every week, like many of us do. What is our own supply? Absolute zilch. And then I realized that it was time to start devoting some energy and passion to producing things. Audios by Gbitse Barrow and videos by Gbitse Barrow and little articles, and things that you can sell. lives. Because that's the reality. And think about all of us. What are we producing that we can sell to the world? There is plenty we can. Be the change you want to be. The point I was making at the beginning is that, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that God has given to all of us as human beings, forget your bodies, forget your brain, forget your intellect. All of that sort of has developed as you have come. There's only one thing He gives us at the beginning, which is choice. All our lives, today, tomorrow, we have the choices. The question is, do we sit here, complain about motivation, complain about demotivation, complain about our leaders, or do we make the right choices and be the change that we want to see?